Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these.
Appreciate you, Coach. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight, we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And, Charles, now we get our first look at this offense.
And one guy you have to look at in particular is Kyle Long. Can play guard or tackle with a nice degree of nastiness.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Trubisky to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown, because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Alert 3, alert 3.
They run the counter. Carson. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
And they should come in pretty well rested because they had their open week last week. Ideally, all teams want to have that open week later in the year rather than this early. But you make do with what they give you. So you take the time off, rest up, heal up, and come in ready to play.
58, boys, 58.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Wilson after the play fake to Carson, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's got Lockett. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Single. Right 20, seal that. Good job right there. Seal that. Watch the pass. Here we go.
They go play action now. Wilson steps away to his left. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gain. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Wilson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by Hollister. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Trubisky to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Play action. Now Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Jonathan Cyprien there defensively to make the play. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 4th down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
He better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing here, Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Trubisky's throw into the hands of Burton. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will
now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Wilson.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football. I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's Russell Wilson in the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Again, it's Cohen. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. On second down now, it's Cohen. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Now Trubisky on third and long. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make a minute. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. On second and 12, Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, and Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got him in under pressure, and they got to him again. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They try again with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now it's Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control. Let's go!
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense has got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This one into the hands of Metcalf. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
45 the mark. Hey, defense, let's go. Fair.
Throwing now. Wilson on first down. Leonard Floyd able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Forced out to his left. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking it.
And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 19-yard line.
54 miles. Cut.
So